So Meta says it fixed the content moderation, claiming that 50% drop in enforcement mistakes in the US. That sounds huge, right? But there is a thing when you dig a little deeper into the data and you do start wondering, is the monetization or the moderation actually improving, or are we just seeing it less? According to Meta's latest, there is a big shift towards community notes and the fact that they're, quote, working. That's their words. And rolling out more widely, including them being added into Reels and Thread posts now specifically. The idea here is to let the community help define what content is misleading or needs more context instead of relying on independent moderation teams. So far, this approach has led to a 50% drop in moderation errors in the US. Now, on paper, that sounds like a win, but there is more to it. In the world where with a growing percentage of people not trusting traditional news or traditional media organizations to get the story right, something like community notes feels like a data-driven way of letting the public shape what is true. And that could be a good thing for the internet as a whole. But there's a catch. On X, formerly Twitter, we've already seen that most community notes are never really shown, especially on divisive topics. So, if there's a note and it isn't even seen, does it even matter? And when we looked at Meta's report more closely, the enforcement around more serious issues such as bullying, hate speech, self-harm has been in decline. So is this progress, or is just less action being taken? There is also a rise in what people are calling AI slop, low effort, mass production content that still ranks up a ton of views on Facebook. And yeah, that's a little frustrating for someone who's trying to build something meaningful. But there is something to be said, and there is a huge opportunity for real brand building when using AI in the correct way. Remember, it's an accelerator. It allows you to do a bunch of jobs that you could spend and have spent a large amount of time potentially doing, but you can now spend less amount of time because you're using an AI agent or you're using AI to help accelerate what you do and been able to condense a lot of the potential research time, scripting time, etc. when it comes to creating content, for example. Meta seems to be shifting how they monitor their content, but yes, some of what's getting seen isn't great. But if you're creating content with purpose, you can still rise above the noise. So yes, Meta's 50% drop in mistakes sounds impressive, but without knowing what is not being flagged or how many notes have never been seen for the light of day, it's tough to say if it's a full win or not. I think as we're heading into a space where moderation will be more user-generated, more reliant on AI, there is definitely some the competition or complex realities here, which means that the platforms might feel safer on the surface, but we're still going to ask what's being missed. So what do you think? Is community notes the answer? Or are we outsourcing moderation without fixing the root issues? Drop your thoughts in the comment section down below, hit like if you found this breakdown helpful, and subscribe for some more no-fluff takes on what's really happening in the social media world. And I'll see you in the next one.